Okay, good afternoon. It is time for one of the Environmental Matters webinars. Thank you for joining us. Today's program will be on the Stormwater Flood Control Program. From the slide that you should be able to see, you can see some of the past topics we've covered, and those are all archived on the City of Superior website, which is up here on the left side. So you can access any of those, and then feel free to register for any upcoming ones. They're twice a month being held at lunchtime, and again they also will be recorded. And all City of Superior residents can receive one winner, a City of Superior resident will receive a free rain barrel. We'll be doing that drawing in June, and every time you participate or every time you are listening in live at a webinar, then you're entered into that drawing. Well, today we have Curt. No, I'm trying to. So this is a program with the City of Superior and the Public Works Department, and Curt Sander-Berg is here to do a program on the Stormwater Flood Control Program. I'll pass it over to him.
Hello. I'm Curt Sander-Berg. I pretty much do everything with the program. This presentation is not intended to take the place of the regular orientation process. I've cut it down to what I figured was the important facts. If you're interested in participating in the program, contact me or the website to get started. We're talking stormwater. That's clear water, or it comes from rain. Where we're concerned is because it may overload the sanitary sewer system and cause basement backups. Some sources of clear water are as follows. If you've got the ground sloping towards your below grade window, that allows water to enter the basement. Water that flows towards the foundation. Runoff to the manholes from the street. Illegal connections. Infiltration. Think of this as by design, or rather by defect, if you've got defects that allow water into your basement. So if your foundation is cracked, or we've got leaky manholes, various defects in your building sewer or service lateral. The only requirement to participate in the program is single-family, owner-occupied homes within the City of Superior who have experienced basement flooding. This is part of the long-term approach for the ESD's, or Environmental Services Division, long-term stormwater plan. We're going to reduce inflow and infiltration entering the sanitary and combined sewer system. Reduce discharges of untreated domestic wastewater or overflows. Provide public education on these issues. We investigate and document stormwater flood conditions throughout the city. Develop effective practices that work. And I mentioned before, the only requirement is single-family owner-occupied home. Some participation is needed on your part. It's completely voluntary and you can drop out at any time. It's first come, first served according to qualification. It consists of homeowner questionnaires. We'll do yard and basement stormwater surveys to see what water's doing on your property. We'll make recommendations, and we have funding for house trap removal, sewer cleaning and inspections, separation of footing drains from the sewer, and installation of sump pumps and or backwater valves where appropriate. So we'll put in a sump pump, and that gets piped to outside onto your yard, away from the foundation wall. We'll separate the clear water from the sanitary waste and install a backwater valve. What we don't do, we don't fix private sewers. We're not a regulation and enforcement agency. This is completely voluntary. We will make suggestions. And finally, we can't say we're going to solve all flooding problems. The process typically consists of these four things. Application, I'll come out and do the stormwater sewer survey. We'll look at your building sewer to make sure it can handle the proposed modifications, and then we'll go into proposals and agreements. If access does not exist into the sewer, there are funds available to make that happen. And in that case, we'll be leapfrogging around between 3 and 4. And the construction phase and follow-up. During the stormwater surface water survey, you'll get a report with these recommendations. The two main factors limiting building sewer inspection are if you're on a shared private interceptor sewer or no suitable access exists into the building sewer. If you've got a house trap, the people running the televising camera will not put their camera through that. We don't need them anymore. House traps, with modern plumbing, everything should be vented out through the vent stack that goes up through your roof. It just causes problems, collects debris. So the good news is funding is available for house trap removal and clean-out installation. About half of all participants have house traps. If we can get to it from within the basement, we'll pay for the cost of removing that. If it's outside, then that's your responsibility. Why do we do a building sewer inspection? The homeowner will know the condition and location of the building sewer. We can collect information about where it is, and it ensures that the proposed modifications will be effective. If the sewer's in bad shape, like water's not flowing where it's supposed to, or it's not draining properly, we're not going to put a sump pit in there because of the danger of having that sewage back up and then getting the pump, and then we're pumping raw sewage out onto the ground outside. So we need to make sure that the sewer's in good shape. We'll pay $150 towards the cost of that, homeowners are responsible for any costs over that. If you're low income qualified, we'll pay $300. And let me know if you're during the regular participation if you're interested in this. So then the homeowner contacts the sewer service contractor from our qualified list. Let me know a couple days in advance because I need to be there and rate the sewer. We'll also do a locate of the building sewer. The camera, the televising camera, has like a transponder, or it sends out a specific signal that I can pick up with the instrument I have. And that tells us a lot. It tells us where it is, how deep it is, and that there will be no cost for this. So mention again, we'll pay $150 or $300 respectively. You're responsible for costs over that. We'll make a decision. Either yes, the sewer is in good condition, or the sewer must be fixed. And you have a decision here, yes or no, whether you want to get the sewer fixed. If the sewer is not in good shape, we will not proceed, but we're not we won't make a judgment where that would force you to fix it. So the sewer condition is good, or you got the sewer repaired, then we'll go into the proposal collecting phase of the program. We have specific qualified plumbing contractors that know what our expectations are, and you pick or you contact them, and the lowest qualified proposal is selected. If you want to do any additional modifications, such as put in a bathroom, now would be a good time to do it, because the floor will be torn up in an area where the sewer leaves the house. But the cost of busting concrete is pretty expensive, and we're doing it for installation of a backwater valve anyway. So you're welcome to do that. However, don't put those modifications on the proposal that you send back to me. We have, or there may be more than one type of proposal. If you've got a house trap, then it would be a proposal to take out the house trap, and then the regular backwater valve isolation proposal. And typically, all things being equal, the lowest price will be what is the lowest qualified proposal. You still remain responsible for $150 or $300 respectively for the televising. If you have gray water connections, you need to address that as part of the work. Okay, other potential costs. Our spec on the refinishing of the concrete is just a smooth and even finish with the existing concrete that wasn't disturbed. If you've got carpet roll it out of the way, and we don't do tile paint. That's may cost you some money to get that back to the way it was. If you have walls built over the plumbing fixtures that we need to get at, those are generally not within the scope of the program. You're responsible for those. Either do it yourself or hire the contractor who's doing the SFCP work to do that for you. So then the lowest qualified proposal is chosen, and the homeowner receives the following. The proposal sheets, you sign the proposal that you want to go with. There's a release and waiver form that basically says you're not going to sue us for trying to help you. There is a release and covenant not to sue, and this gets filed with the Register of Deeds for Douglas County, and it lets any future owners know that a backwater valve and or sump pump are part of the property. And then various reimbursement agreement forms. If you've got a house trap, there'll be a separate reimbursement form, and a gray water separation reimbursement agreement form if you've got gray water connections. The dollar amount, this money is reserved for 90 days. This is a contract between you and the contractor and not the city. And signing a waiver, you're not giving up all rights to filing claims against the city, just those specific activities as part of the process. A plumbing permit is required. However, the fee will be waived. The contractor usually takes care of that for you. And then we start roughing construction. And before they get the pipes covered, they'll call me and I'll come out and I'll do a rough-in inspection of the work. For the final inspection, you're going to need to be there along with me and the contractor so we can all look each other in the eye and say, yes, we're happy, or not. I'll verify that all requirements have been met and I have all the paperwork. And when I get a receipt of an invoice from the contractor, the city will cut a check to the contractor. And finally, the city's providing the service to help you. Maintenance is required, and if you're interested, contact me directly or else visit the City of Superior official website. Any questions?
Okay, we're not seeing any questions come in. But thank you so much for attending today's webinar with Curt, and Curt is the contact for the Stormwater Flood Control Program for the City of Superior. And we hope you'll join us for our next webinar, which will be on rain gardens, and that will be April 9th at noon. Thank you.